Dawson Street in Colombo. And the presidential election is just getting there, isn't it? It's nearly there. And the last of the few candidates who've accepted our invitation to be on the program is right here with me this morning. In 2005, he was placed third. He polled a little over 35,000 votes, and he's spent a lifetime in politics. When I asked him his profession, he said a full-time politician in the service of the people. He's right here with me, Mr. Sri Jayasuriya. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Mr. Siritunga, which party are you from?
I am from United Socialist Party.
United Socialist Party. And what's the symbol?
Yes, it's a three-wheeler.
Oh, it's a three-wheeler?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
a very common symbol.
Indeed.
I don't need to, a special effort to publicize that, because that's day-to-day.
And everybody knows how to draw a three-wheel.
Yes.
You don't have to give an agency millions of rupees to design it.
No.
So, tell me, in 2005 you came third. That's a good performance, yeah. Third in the country. But why do you feel that you can make a difference this time in 2019?
This election is taking place in a very crucial time of this country. You see, nearly we get into 72 years since independence.
Right.
And both these parties has ruled the country equal time generally.
Yeah.
But they could not solve any of the fundamental issues of this country.
And what would you say are the fundamental issues facing the country right now today?
It's a key. It's a national question.
The national question?
Yeah. If you can't, find the solution to the national question, this country cannot move
You're
forward.
talking about the unity and the reconciliation, are you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, tell me then, is that what has been the root cause of, after the war, after 2009, we lived with some general peace and so on. So why can't, are you saying that peace was destroyed after the war because of the unhappiness about the unity and the reconciliation effort? Is that why?
Yeah, it's one reason. There are many other issues involved with the national question.
Right.
The land question and the job allocation, education, so many questions are involved in that. You see, of course, since the war victory, the two governments rule the country.
Okay.
That's Rajapaksa, 5 years since 2009, and other 5 years, roughly speaking, this Maitri Ranil government. What they did to build a real reconciliation? Of course, they have built some roads and some little things they have done, right? But they have not touched to the hearts of the, minds of the Tamil people, right? What they are looking for, equal rights, and to recognize they as equal citizens of this country.
Well, in your view then, Mr. Jayasuriya, what do you think is the root cause? On the one side, the perception is that the Sri Lankan people are a smiling people, that they're liberal-minded, peace-loving people. But you're saying that it's the same people who find it unable to live with some people who happen to live primarily in the north. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. You see...
So it's a bit of an anomaly. Yeah. On the one side, we are a smiling, peace-loving people, liberal-minded, easygoing, island mentality.
Other side, people are living with the tears and fear.
But why is that?
That because, you see, they have, mainly the singular-dominated capitalist class in this country, right? They treated them as second-class citizens, right? That's...
But there are outstanding examples to do away with what you're saying. We have several people whose ethnicity can be said to be Tamil, and who've made it big in the commercial world, in the field of academia and so on. You have some outstanding examples of Tamil people who've apparently not succumbed to these second-class treatment that you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
So how do you balance what you're saying with what I'm saying? I'm saying that opportunity is there for everybody, and some, including some Tamil men and women, have taken those opportunities and done well.
Yeah, I mean, there are, I mean, exceptional cases like that. But I mean, I'm talking in general.
You want it to be the rule rather than the exception.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
There are exceptions. I mean, there are. I mean, what do you call? There are attorney generals in Tamils. There are IGPs in the Tamils. I mean, there are some people. Of course, you see. But now, I mean, as Tamils as a whole, right? They are suffering. Right, or the 7 decades, right? In because of the national question, there's no, I mean, just take one example.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, 1987, right? J.R. Jayawardena introduced this 13th Amendment to the Constitution, right? Right. And so, I mean, including J.R. Jayawardena, none of the presidents since then is what you call try to implement those. I mean, what we have agreed in 13th Amendments. So why is that? Why that? That because the pressure from the majority Sinhala community, and they are totally dependent on the majority Sinhala. That's what I mean. I'm talking even in this election.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my things is, I mean, carried by the serious news station. I mean, this election mainly is the election of the South, the game of the South. I mean, the North is I mean, is something to get what you need to, I mean, get the majority or something, you know. That's all.
Right.
Right. I mean, nobody really talks about national question. I mean, of course, there are the programs has.
Why in your view, in your opinion, why don't people want to talk about the national question?
Sorry?
Why don't they want to talk about the national question?
That's because you see, they are mainly concentrating on the, I mean, the Sinhala Buddhist votes, and they if they're going to, I mean, the talk details in the national question, they feel they're going to lose their the Sinhala vote.
Or are you saying that there is an inherent racism in the majority?
Of course, I mean, I don't say the majority Sinhala people are racist. I don't say.
And then what about the other way?
But politicians and the Buddhist clergy is really using this situation to push the people to the communalism, you see. I mean, that's a sad side of their story. I mean, say, I mean, in even 1994, I mean, I can't remember exactly. I mean, see, when Chandrika contested with the program of, I mean, somewhat program in the frame, within the capitalist frame, right, to find the solution. I mean, that's one of the key the promises of which came out. She got 62% of the votes. I mean, that's indicate that the people are not generally communal, but the politicians are using them.
They're trying to manipulate.
Yep.
Just for the record, the 62% polled by Chandrika Kumaratunga has never ever been matched by anybody, including by President Rajapaksa after the end of hostilities in 2009.
Correct.
So that is a record that still stands today.
Yeah.
And even after, I think the point here to be taken is that in spite of the end of hostilities, in spite of that, Mahinda Rajapaksa was unable to get more than 58%.
Yes, yeah.
And therefore he didn't come anywhere close to Mrs. Kumaratunga.
Yeah.
That must say something. What does it say?
That's what people, I think, what you said, in the beginning of this program, in general, Sri Lankan people are smiling and very hospitality and so on and so forth. People are looking for, to live together. As majority Sinhala people are not communal.
So who do you, thank you very much for your questions. On Newsline Live, we encourage you to send your questions in. 0772 300 305 by SMS only, please. And of course, we are in conversation with Mr. Jayasuriya, who is a presidential candidate. In 2005, Mr. Jayasuriya was placed third. And this time round, he hopes to make a difference again. Now then, one of the questions that we're getting here says here, I'm a Muslim. This gentleman, your guest, said that Sinhala people were treated as second party. What do you by second class? Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Who's being? You mean? Why do you say that?
The Tamils has been treated as a second class citizen.
I see. Okay, so that's the clarification.
Yeah.
Okay. Now then, what are the meaningful steps that needs to be taken by the politicians who are in the driving seat to address the issues of reconciliation, of unity, and an equitable, balanced lifestyle for everybody?
I like to come back to the point which I said before. Why not any of these presidents who rule the country is not trying to implement what we agreed or what is there in the Constitution after the 13th Amendment, right? Give the land powers and police powers. And police powers means what? Up to the ASP. Just take an example from the next country, the India. Every province has their own IGP, Inspector General. Right? Every Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, or Kerala, wherever, right? Here only the police powers means up to ASP. Even that doesn't go. You see, when you go to Tamil Nadu, you go to Maharashtra, you go to Kerala, right? You go to Gujarat, right? Their police is there from their own language speaking people, right? They handle the day-to-day matters. This is artificial. This, some sort of,
Where? In Sri Lanka is artificial?
Yeah, single people, 90% of the police are single people who work in the north.
But are they bilingual? Are they bilingual?
Yeah, some very few people. You see, so.
But isn't that sort of racism as well? Because if you make provision for only to recruit Tamil-speaking people who are only from the north, then isn't that a kind of a reverse racism?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You see, you have to handle the matters with your people. So language is a key thing to reach the people, right? So when you go to the police station, most of the police, the constables are, taking down the notes in Sinhala. The other people, of course, now there are slight arrangements are there.
Somebody, one of our viewers, and thank you very much for all your questions. I'll take them as many as I can. But in the meantime, I'll read some of the messages. I'll read two of them. One of them says that our people are not racist. Our politicians are racist. They are fearmongers who create a psychosis and then profit from it. And it is in their interest to keep a majority of the people at a certain poverty level so that they will always be dependent on handouts. Now then.
Yeah, so
that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Now, somebody else is saying, and thank you for all your questions again, by SMS 0772 300 305. Somebody is saying that your guest said that the people are not racist. and they're saying, could you say that in Sinhalese? Could you say that in Sinhalese, please?
මම හිතන්නේ දකුණේ බහුතර සිංහල ජනතාව ජාතිවාදී මානසිකත්වයෙන් පෙළෙන අය නෙමෙයි. දේශපාලඥයෝ ජාතිවාදය පාවිච්චි කරනවා තමන්ගේ දේශපාලන බලය ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න. ඉතින් මේක තමයි මේ රටේ විශාල විනාශය. ඉතින් මොකද 994 මට මතක නෑ. චන්ද්‍රිකා බණ්ඩාරනායක පළවෙනි ජනාධිපතිවරණයේදී 62ක් ගත්තා බලය බෙදීම කියන වැඩපිළිවෙල යාගේ අංක 1 හැටියට ඉදිරිපත් කරලා. ඒකෙන් පෙන්නන්නේ මොකද්ද? මේ රටේ ජනතාව සාමයෙන් ජීවත් වෙන්න කැමති, සතුටින් ජීවත් වෙන එක රටක් තුල එක ජාතියක් හැටියට ජීවත් වෙන්න කැමති සමාන අයිති නැතුව.
And that's absolutely true, isn't it? People in this country are, in the majority, liberal-minded, tolerant people, peace-loving, who want to get on with each other.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure that when you were in school, you didn't put your friends in boxes and say they're Tamil, they're Muslim, they're Burman, and these are Sinhalese. And it's the same with me. Not long ago, somebody asked me how many Muslim friends I had. And I said, I don't know. I don't keep a count. You know, we don't place.
You see, when I was in school, I studied in Richmond. Of course, even though I born in Colombo, I born in Tibirisay. Still, I live in Tibirisay. For some reason, I went to the Richmond in Gaul. I mean, I think at least more than, nearly half of my people are Muslim as the classmates, right? Hardly there won't be any Tamils. Very few Tamils, but many Muslims.
Because there were not so many Tamils in Gaul.
Yeah.
Well, you know, thank you very much. Do send your messages in by SMS 0772 300 305, and the control room probably put up a card now. Somebody says, who wants dependence on handouts only? The politicians, the people, or both? Who wants the handouts more? Is it the people or is it the politicians?
I think politicians.
All right. Now then, tell me, you say that the main issue facing the country now is the national issue. That is your take.
Yeah.
And you say that's necessary for everything else, that it is the beginning of everything else.
To get the investments, there's so many, the economy of the country is, not moving forward at all. You see, because so many promises has given by the, rulers, but nothing has done, right? Take, for example, the 2015, when this the Maitripal and Ranil came together and so on and so forth, one of their key promises was to introduce a new constitution. They could not even bring the draft of the constitution.
Yeah.
So this is a very, it itself shows that how much pressure, right, they get from the Buddhist clergy and leading the communal politicians not to give any concessions to Tamil people. It's not a concession. You see,
I don't think any one community ought to be given concessions. That's not
the correct thing. It's not the concessions, right? It's a equal right. It's a right to live in as an equal citizen.
Equal opportunities for everyone.
Yeah.
Now then, all the way from somebody who says that they are in Norelia, they want to know about MCC, the Millennium Challenge Compact.
This is one clear signal how this government working. They introduced many the international agreements or this thing without discussing with the people, relevant people, and without having the proper discussions in the even in the parliament, right? I mean, you need to discuss these things, right? With somebody is what you call introducing this the Millennium Challenge, the agreement. They said, I mean, they're going to sign it, and this is going to help to us. I mean, maybe, maybe not, right? So that has to be decided by the parliament, and that has to be discussed within the relevant communities of in the country. So this is, I think, is a key the mistake of this government, the introducing many international agreements without having proper discussions with the people.
I see. And I know that your campaign is rather limited because of funding and so on, but I do also know that you've been to the north, to the former conflict areas, and you're having meetings there and so on. What is the message you're getting from the grassroots over there? These are the people who've been through the war, who've lost everything. Most probably only thing they've got is what is on their back. They're sleeping in make-do shelters and in little huts and so on. Quite a number, let's say. I don't want to get into figures, but I do want to say this, that this government identified a need for 65,000 homes over there. So that must say something. So what did you discover there when you went to for your pocket meetings?
One thing, they are not sure of their future. You see, that's very key, right? And that's why, I mean, many of the, people who live in the north, if you take a referendum or anything, what are you looking for? Whether you want to, live in this country or go abroad. I think more than 50% people say, I like to go to Canada, UK, France, or whatever. Because they don't see any future in this, their homeland here. So, these are the questions you have to address as a politicians, right? And of course, language, land, and police are the things which we discuss. So, that's why as a party, we advocate to give the right to self-determination to the Tamil-speaking people, to give them opportunity to decide, right, whether they want to live in the one country or not. It's like a marriage proposal. In the marriage agreement, in the marriage you get, you have the right of the female part has a full right to, if you're not treated properly, you can go to courts and call for a divorce, right? Right?
Yes.
So, but because of that, not that every family is going to divide or anything. So, likewise, this, if you are accepting their right to decide their future, it's a bridge to build the gap in between the Sinhala and Tamil. Just take example. About 5, 6, 7 years ago, what happened in the Scotland, right? There was a referendum took place whether they want to live with the England or not. Only 48% voted for separate Scottish. That's a very good development. So I feel the same.
But Mr. Jayasuriya, which Sinhalese politician dares to put that model out?
No one.
Who will have the courage to do that?
That is the problem.
Who will have the courage to be
only we. That's why But
are you willing to take a chance on that? And what happens if they say, well, no, we'd like to be masters of our own destiny? Then what?
You see, of course, there are many things people can come to this the question in different way. But I think, out of these 35 candidates, none of the candidate is prepared to, talk about the national question and go into the details. Everybody concentrate on the south. Out of 35, only myself. I mean, that is a different. That's a different, because this is a bitter truth. I mean, if you can't find the solution to that's a question. As I said before, there's no way out to this government, this country. So, but the presidential election is a national election. I mean, what's the role of this election in the Tamil people and Muslim people that live in the north and east? They have no role to play. They have no role to play.
You mean the major parties are saying that, or is that your observation that there is no role for them to play?
Yeah, mainly my observation, yeah. But I mean, you can see how they work. I mean, the so-called main candidates, right?
Now then, thank you for your questions, and I'll take one of these ones. It's a little bit long, but yes, folks, it's time you got your glasses out and get SMSing, get your fingers doing the work, because Newsline Live is in its special status of 45 minutes. So we're here for at least another 17 minutes or so. We finish at 7:45. Here we go. 0772 300 305 for your questions. In the meantime, could you please ask Mr. J, that's you, if he agrees that under this government, with all that was lacking, our people have had the greatest amount of peace, and now the most peaceful of recent elections, excepting yesterday's incident, which involved probably a particular side. Do you agree?
Yeah, of course. I mean, comparatively, compared to the previous election, this election is, very much free and fair election. But this, I mean, recent one or two incidents I'm worrying. Very crucial. 7-8 days to go before the election. We don't know how things going to develop. So, of course, I mean, this election is, as I said, is compared to the other election, very much free and fair election.
And again, thank you very much for your questions. I have this this question. It's a statement of fact, really. And if you permit me, Mr. Jayasuri, and if all our listeners, our viewers permit me, I'm going to read it out. I'll tell you that this message has come from one of Capital Maharaja Group Director, Mr. Shevan Daniel, who's also responsible for News First. Here we go. Together with our team, I have walked across thousands of villages in Sri Lanka, probably more than any politician. That's with the Gammadda team, not for votes, but to listen to the people. Politicians only remember the village when there's an election around the corner. And one thing comes out very clearly. Our people do not want handouts. They want opportunity. They are innovative. They have dignity. They just have no option. So, come an election, they have a choice between the devil and the deep blue sea. What do you expect?
I think I completely agree with that. You see, this is another degeneration of the politicians. Take out, 225 members of parliament we have. How many MPs are living in their own village? My answer is none. Not a single MP. 20, 30, 40 years ago, W. Danayak lived, he was elected in Galle, he lived in there. The Mathugama, Dati Pascual, he lived in that poor house. And they come to parliament by the public transport, train or whatever, You see, they go back to villages. Now, all 225 is live in Colombo. What's the reason for that? They all know the best schools are in Colombo. Their children has to go to.
But they sell a slogan saying the nearest school is the best school.
Best school, right?
That's right. To everybody else.
There's something like, I mean, you know, you are transporting the what you call illegal the beef or something in the Budusarna in the lorry in the front, you know. That's right in there. You see, so all these, I mean, the MPs, including JVP, none of them are living in their villages, their own villages. They elected the people who gave the votes to them, right?
Yeah.
Right? So this is the situation. I mean, that's what I mean. But finally, people have to vote. They have to select among whoever contesting. And
Mr. Jasuri, you know, the whole system appears to be stacked against a new political movement from rising up. You can see how inactive parties that do nothing for years, suddenly when an election comes up, they're all very active and collecting cash. I think it should be banned.
Yeah.
They should be banned, and we need strict rules for election funding so that everybody is in with a fair chance.
Yeah, you see, I mean, this election is not taking place in the level field. People who has money, they're spending huge money for one public meeting in Goldface, maybe about.
What do you think?
1 million to 5 million, I don't know, right? One big meeting in the Goldface. This candidate spent.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's 1 million.
Yeah.
It must be much more than.
Yeah, about 10 million or 20 million. I mean, for the election, whole election, 500,000, 500,000 rupees. That's our. We have opened up a bank account. Our members and our sympathizers can contribute that one. And we don't have any public, we don't have posters, we don't have any press advertisements or the TV advertisements because we don't have money. And coming to your question, who are these 35 candidates? I mean, who are they representing? They don't represent anything. They don't have political parties. They don't have any organization. They don't have any program. They are not active in the real politics, right? But when the presidential election comes, they jump to this bandwagon and then contesting and misuse of the government funds.
Some of our viewers are obviously bilingual. Some of them probably trilingual. And here's one. It says, please ask him to say the bit about the politicians not living in their electorates, you know, that they're all in Colombo. Could you say that in Sinhalese, please?
මම කියන්නේ මේ මන්ත්‍රීවරු 225 දෙනාගෙන් කී දෙනෙක් Taman තෝරාපත් කරගත්ත ගමේ ජීවත් වෙනවද? Taman එහෙම නැත්නම් ඉපදුණු මේ හැදුණු වැඩුණු ගමේ ඒ කිසි කෙනෙක් නැහැ. ඒ සියලු දෙනා කොළඹ නගරේ. ඇයි ඒ කොළඹ නගරයට එන්නේ? කොළඹ නගරේ තමයි සියලු පහසුකම් තියෙන්නේ. ළඟම පාසල හොඳම පාසල කිව්වට ඒක ක්‍රියාවෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේම අනිකුත් පහසුකම් ගත්තත් ගමේ නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ දේශපාලකයෝ දන්නෝ සියලු දේ තියෙන්නේ කොළඹ නගරේ. තමන්ගේ දරුවා විසාකා රාජකීය ආනන්ද නාලන්ද දාගන්න කොළඹට එන්න ඕනේ. ගමේ දරුවා ළඟම පාසලට යන්න. මම කියන්නේ මේ පිරිහීම ඉතාම සංකේතවත් කරනවා මේ රටේ මේ දේශපාලන විනාශය පෙරහීමට.
But they do say they do that, but they sell the slogan.
Yeah.
The nearest school is the best school.
ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉතින් මේ ළඟම පාසල හොඳ පාසල කියන්නේ එකසටම් පාටයක්. ඉතින් මේ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල් ඒගොල්ලෝ අලෙවි කරනවා. ඉතින් මේ දේශපාලන සංස්කෘතිය අපි වෙනස් කරන්න ඕන කියන එකයි එක්සත් සමාජවාදී පක්ෂයට. අපි ඉතා අමාරු කාර්යයක් කරන්නේ. අපේ මුළු මැතිවරණ විදම ලක්ෂ 5යි. අපි බොහොම මේ පාරදෘශ්‍ය විදිහට අපි වැඩ කටයුතු ගන්න බැංක් account එකක් කරලා තියෙනවා අපි සාමාන්‍ය කරනවා. නමුත් ලක්ෂ 100ක් වියදම් කරන එක රැස්වීමකට සමාන ප්‍රධාන අපේක්ෂකයෝ. මේවා accounts කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? සල්ලි කොයි තරම් විශාල ප්‍රමාණයක් එක විදේශ වලින් එකතු කරනවද? විශාල විනාශයක් කරන්න.
Thank you for saying that in Sinhalese. Now then, Newsline Live has got extended time. We finish now at 7:45. So, time to get on your glasses and, get your phone and start sending an SMS. 0772 300 305. And if you're short of the old sight issue, use your glasses. Here you go. I'm trying to read this message here. The problem is that the bigger majority of Tamils live outside their areas. So how can you give self-determination? Is it only for the people living there? Do all Tamils have to go live in those areas if there is self-determination?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, it's a very artificial way to look at the problem. I mean, people can live anywhere they want, you know, right? This is the independent country. But for example, I mean, if we are calling for a referendum, I'm not calling for a referendum, right? But I say if the people live in the north, if that's come as the main demand, we have to agree. We have to agree. And people who live in the north and east, they should vote for their future, right? Not the, I mean, majority Sinhala. How can majority Sinhala is allowed to vote for the referendum? So obviously it's going to lose.
It's a little bit, I'm going back to this question that I asked you before. If you look at Britain, the people of Britain were given an opportunity to participate in their governance, and they were asked if they wanted to remain or leave the European Union, Brexit, you know,
yeah.
Britain to exit or Britain to stay. Now then, David Cameron not only resigned his post as Prime Minister, also resigned his post as a Member of Parliament, and for all intents and purposes he gave up on politics after he lost, or he led, the
campaign, yeah.
He wanted to stay.
Yeah.
But the majority of the people who voted said we want to leave. And now you see, now there appears to be a widespread concern about leaving, and the British Parliament are not letting things happen the way the people wanted. And Sir Hugo Swire, talking to Newsline Live, said that if you engage the people in a democratic process and let them participate in that process, then you must do what the people want. You must deliver. If you engage them, you need to deliver. And in the same way, Mr. Jayasuriya, what I'm saying to you is, if you have a referendum, if the people in the north want a referendum, and if they vote to say, no, well, we'd like to have our own say, we want to rule ourselves, we want to administer ourselves, then is your average politician, Sinhalese politician, are they ready to take that chance?
No, they are not. That's anyway. That's very clear. 100% sure. I mean, this is very extreme example we are talking.
Yeah.
But even you see, and if say, I mean, hypothetically, if that situation comes up, right? What we going to advocate to the Tamil people? We say, I mean, we need to live together, right? I mean, forming a small nation, small countries is not the correct way out, right? So we have the duty to convince the Tamils to vote for live together, right? And then only they get the confidence, all right. So we have now given the chance to live together if we want, or to have the separation. So this is, as I said, very important starting point of the reconciliation of the nations.
Thank you. And I have several messages here, so I trust the control room will take notice of this request from the people out there who are watching us. Please display Mr. Jayasuriya's name and symbol. He is an excellent candidate. Please display Mr. Jayasuriya's name and symbol. The name is Mr. Siritunga Jayasuriya, and the party is
United Socialist Party,
and the symbol is the three-wheeler. All right. So we trust that it'll come up on your screen. We are, of course, Newsline Live. You can SMS us on 0772 300 305, and of course we are in conversation with Mr. Siritunga Jayasuriya, who is a presidential candidate. And you ended up number 3 last time in 2005.
Yeah.
Now, this time around, what do you think? Where are you going to end up? You got 35 people this time.
Yeah. there. Anyway, that's a completely misuse of the democracy.
Yeah.
And I will alarm the people after the 16th. I mean, out of 35, many candidates the people is not going to see again, right?
Yeah.
They will go to their jungles. This is election, I mean, which we are asking people to endorse our ideas, right? And as I said, I mean, again and again in this program and many programs, even yesterday I had Satana Sirasa. I said to the key politicians who represent the Sajid Premadasa, Gotabe and JVP, what is your program on the national question? They just said, I mean, reading the statements, I said, yeah, what is concrete your proposals? Reconciliation, right? What's that mean? At least are you in a position to, I mean, implement the 13th Amendment, the full 13th Amendment? So these are the things. So what I am thinking in this election is a crucial election of this country. I mean, we going to decide, and at the same time, I mean, I like to, I mean, with your excuse me, you know,
please.
I like to tell, I mean, whoever wins out of this main so-called two candidates, they are going to be the singular Buddhist state. Because they concentrate, I mean, they start with the temple and end up with the temple, Buddhist temple. And you see, and the influence, the Buddhist influence to the regime is becoming more and more.
There's a question that's arrived here, and it's straight for you, but it's a question that I have been trying to find answers myself. What will you do with the Sinhalese label on some three-wheelers and cars and vehicles? Do you know that little?
Yeah. I mean, it was, I mean, it is Sinhala blood. I mean, I am a Sinhala. I'm a Sinhalese. I'm proud about Sinhala. But I want to, I mean, build a united country, right? I mean, this the Muslims and Tamils have been living in the years of this country, right? And so the Sinhalese is a very the dangerous movement. This is an indication how in the future. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I can mention. I mean, if the Gotabe is going to come, I mean, you see, I mean, many. I mean, even Sajid, right? They all completely based on the Sinhala, the communal vote. Mm-hmm. So it's a very big danger in this country in the coming years. So I am like to appeal to the people: think 2-3 times before you vote.
Think unity.
Think 2-3 times before you vote whether you are going to vote for the correct thing and correct person.
March the 12th declaration, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Sritunga Jayasuri, thank you ever so much for being on our program. It's been refreshingly open, and it's been a marvelous discussion. Thank you very much. And I do wish you well. Mr. Sritunga Jayasuri is from the Socialist Party, is it?
Yeah.
And your symbol is, of course, the three-wheeler. Good luck with the campaign. May the best person win. We look forward to welcoming you on our program.
Thank you very much. I mean, inviting me to this program. I mean, this is accidentally I got this opportunity, and it's
not an accident. It's fate. It's not an accident. It's fate. You were designed to come on the program. Thank you very much, and that's the way it was on Newsline Live. Take care. Have a wonderful day ahead of you, and of course, God bless.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukut Ali.